January 12th, 1980. Maury, the public will never truly believe you no matter how well your evidence is presented. They will never believe you unless you could first convince the public that I was sane all along. A timeline summary of Maury Terry's investigation. Part 1. Let's Talk Terry. Maury Terry, a Yonkers, New York native, born Maurice P. Terry on June 29, 1946, passed on December 10, 2015, at the age of 69. When the Berkowitz case cropped up in 1976, Terry was in his early 30s, working as an in-house editor at IBM in Yorktown. He previously worked as a cub reporter around Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in 1968, covering protests that unfolded. While working at IBM, he became fascinated with the Berkowitz case. In 1979, journalist Maury Terry published a series of investigative articles for Gannett newspapers in Westchester, challenging the official finding of a lone gunman in the Son of Sam case, suggesting accomplices and satanic cult activity, which led to the reopening of the case in 1979 by John Santucci, the Queens District Attorney at the time, and later in 1996 by the Yonkers Police Department.
Queens District Attorney John Santucci was not relieved. 10 years later, his Son of Sam file remains open but inactive. The subject makes him uncomfortable.
You think Berkowitz acted alone? We didn't think so.
The muted reply, "We didn't think so then, we don't think so now."
A summary of headlines that appeared in the Reporter Dispatch from 1979 to 1981. We will cover these archives in greater detail on the next video. How Berkowitz could have been jailed sooner. Berkowitz, did he trap himself? Berkowitz left an early trail not followed. Berkowitz, I went to kill the Carr family. How Berkowitz spun web around neighbors. Berkowitz was low on suspect list. Did Berkowitz have partners in murder? Berkowitz, others can go to jail. Did Berkowitz really kill Stacy Moskowitz? Son of Sam investigation is reopened. Wheaties Carr feared for his life. Queens DA joins new Sam probe. Was satanic cult linked to Berkowitz killings? Berkowitz won't aid in new Sam probe. Berkowitz to police, forget new probe. John Carr, son of Sam figure is linked to cult. New Berkowitz Carr link found. Official Son of Sam probe still on. Fate of suspected accomplice of Son of Sam still unknown. Who ran from Son of Sam attack? Son of Sam, did Berkowitz act by himself? Police ignored possible Son of Sam conspiracy. Son of Sam arrest may have been too easy. Accountant probe in possible Sam case. Son of Sam, I was not the only killer. Berkowitz letter detailed murder plot. DA says Berkowitz was not alone. Was Sam linked to California death? Again, we will be revisiting these archives in greater detail in their own video. They are an important part of the case as they lead us through the timeline of Maury Terry's early investigation into the Son of Sam. In addition, they are also a helpful tool to start introducing some of the cast of characters in Maury's story. They will help drive the conversation on the depositions that fueled Maury Terry's case. We'll discuss Felix Gilroy, attorney to Jim Mittiger of the Sam Sleeps case, and how Maury Terry accompanied Gilroy in a clerical capacity on the Gilroy deposition October 26, 1978. He also accompanied attorney Harry Lipsig in January of 1982 for a deposition of Berkowitz. The attorney was representing victims Robert Violante and Sal Lupo. More on that will be covered on the lawsuits video. January 1980. David Berkowitz approves written and telephone communication with Maury Terry through the prison. They communicated often, and at this time we'll just say that throughout the years they had their ups and downs. June 1987, the original release of the book, The Ultimate Evil. In this series, we will dive into the cast of characters. Newsday, June 18th, 1987. 10 years later, Son of Sam doubts persist. New book claims cult was behind slayings by Wendy Lynn. Excerpt. It's been 10 years since the so-called Son of Sam terrorized the streets of New York City, but now a new book claims that the danger didn't end when David Berkowitz was arrested as the .44 caliber killer. Berkowitz was only one member of a nationwide satanic cult that pulled the trigger on 13 young victims in Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx, according to The Ultimate Evil by Maury Terry, a former newspaper reporter in Westchester County and freelance writer, to be released this week by Doubleday. The cult is linked to the Charles Manson family, the book says, and is responsible for several more murders, including the gruesome killing of a North Dakota newlywed in a California church, the murder of Long Island impresario Roy Radin, and the shooting death of the real son of Sam Carr. Carr was Berkowitz's neighbor in Yonkers and the owner of the dog that Berkowitz claimed was possessed by demons and had ordered him to kill. I'm going to leave this one here because I like to do things in bite-sized chunks. I have tons of research that I'd love to share with you. If you'd like for me to continue with this series, please share the video, please like it, and please leave a comment. Thank you so much. Peace.